Welcome back everyone to another episode of ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill and today we'll be taking a look at some Nike Dunk Lows. These are known as the St. Johns. Let's take a quick sneak peek. Welcome back everyone to another unboxing and review. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome in. Today we'll be discussing a re-release on a colorway that so many people were after back in 2020. I was one of those that took a hard L. I could not cop a dunk to save my life in 2020, it felt like. And what I saw on the resale back in the day was insane on these. I remember going to SneakerCon events and people were legit selling these between $500 to $700, and every single person I feel like that I was talking to about what they were going to SneakerCon to try and pick up, this was definitely always in the top 5 of their list. So really cool to see that they actually did end up re-releasing these. Of course, when we get to the resale on these, you'll see what has happened there. So we'll start off with the overview of these, jump into size and fit, followed by how I styled this. Really fun pop of red and white colors. And then we will conclude again as to how these are now doing on the resale market. Let's jump right into it. For those of you who are fans of red and white, clearly this is definitely a color blocking color scheme that so many wanted back in 2020. And I'm sure a lot of you who took L's were really excited to see these re-released. If you're on the reseller end, you're probably not excited to see these dropping again. But as far as this colorway goes, red is definitely going to be a very trendy colorway for the fall and winter. It is kind of a statement piece of either wearing all red or using red as a nice accent. So this is definitely something I'm looking forward to wearing in the fall. As far as the material goes, I mean, it's subpar. There are some quality control issues that I already found on the pair that I got, but very simple on the upper. We've just got a smooth, clean white toe box, and then on the front, we've got some smooth red leather. Right now, I've got them laced up with red laces, but they do give you a secondary option of these just plain white laces if you want a more neutral look. And then we've got a nylon tongue in white and then some splatters of that nice St. John red tone on the Nike and Swish Mark logo. All right, so let's take a look at those details, then move along to the side panels. Wrapping around to the side panels, this is where we are getting some more tumbled leather. I would say the tumbled leather on these is not that great. It kind of almost looks like dried red paint in my opinion. I've definitely seen some higher quality leather that's pebbled on a lot of dunks, and this one's just not really hitting that bar. As far as the leather goes on the underlays of the white leather, this too kind of has some indentation, so that indicates to me that this is also a little bit of a poor quality leather that they decided to go with on these. Wrapping around to the back, we've got Nike embroidered in this pearlescent white tone. The interior is in a simple just white and red color scheme for the insole as well as the collar here. And then on the lateral side, we've got that same exact color blocking. As you can see on my pair, I do have some splatters of that red dye that kind of made its way to the white leather. Unfortunately, it's not really something you want to see. Again, you can kind of see some divots going on in here. And honestly, when I received my pair, there's already like a dent in the front of my toe box, which is pretty disappointing. So I've just kind of shoved some filling in there to kind of make that a little bit more flat, but kind of disappointed in the quality control on these. As far as the midsole goes, we have a white midsole and a nice pop of red on the outsole. All right, so let's take a look at those details, then jump into size and fit. As far as size and fit goes, I will say I did go true to size on this, which I typically do with regular dunks. I would say though, these run very small. Typically dunks fit me perfectly when I stick true to size, but these ones definitely I wish I would have gone half a size up on. I do have higher to narrow feet, so do take that into consideration when deciding on what size range will work for you based on the type of foot that you have. All right, so now let's jump into styling. Again, I do think that red is going to be pretty much a statement color for the fall and winter. So this is definitely something, if you were able to snag a pair, is going to be a great colorway for this upcoming season. So for the first look, I decided to just keep it pretty simple with a cropped sweater that had some nice cute little white pearls on it with a nice simple pleated black leather mini skirt. All black is a great option, especially if you want the red on your sneaker to really pop. Skirt that had some nice white boxers sewn in at the top for some nice texture. Last and final look, I decided to really dress it up with a nice pop of red. Definitely going all red with these is a great option to really just be bold and out there.
You got me in love. 20/20 vision, I can see it from above. No way, this is lust, baby, this is trust. This is us, I can see you falling, I could be your crutch. You my crush, never taking L's, we just taking dubs. Only is, never was, cause you bad like that. 22's all in my whip, cause girl, I'm bad like that. I'm on the road taking these trips, but you know I'll be back. Cause you know you got me today, tomorrow, and every day after that. Whoa, whoa, finally found the one that's so like sitting in the sun, I know I can never let you go. I wanna love you in the summer, I wanna kiss you when it's warm, I wanna hold you in the winter, when it's snow starts to fall. I wanna kiss you in it's autumn, and the leaves start to fade. It don't matter the season, I'ma love you the same. Cause I've been jumping coast to coast just to find some.
All right, so as far as the resale goes on these, the retail value was $110. They're currently going between $120 to $170. A huge difference from when these were an all-time high back in August of 2021, selling at around $500. So definitely saw a drop in these, but it's still crazy to think that these were selling on the resale market for that crazy of a price point. All right, everyone, that is it for this unboxing and review. If you joined us for the first time, thank you so much. My name is Marissa Hill. This is ShadeTV. We will catch you all on the next episode.
Lover only for the week, and the last girl that left had me on my knees until I met the girl that made it all a breeze, saying, baby, please, you know.